Hello everyone, welcome to SAP Technomaniac. In this video, we will consume the wrap service which we have created in ADT in Business Application Studio. We will create one Fiori element application list report page in BAS using that wrap service. Not only will create that wrap service, we will add the till now we didn't edit in our wrap application UI annotations. Those annotations we will add in metadata file. We'll create the BAS application. We'll compare the output of our report and the list report page and fix the issues if we get some issues. Not only that, we will disable the navigation. Currently, by default in list report page, we have the navigation. Whenever we click on the uh, list report page output one particular line, it will go to the object page. I don't want to go to object page because in ALV there is no functionality like that currently. So I just want to disable that particular navigation. Not only I want to disable the navigation, I want to display all the fields in one row using the horizontal bar. That is not possible in responsive table, so I will convert in the grid table, then I will do. Let's get started. In my last video, we have connected our on-premise system to the BAS through Cloud Connector. And in that, previous to that video, we have previewed our application using the additive or ABAP development tool for Eclipse. When we did the preview, then we were not able to see all the fields in one line like ALV. If you click on go button, some of the fields have heading here, some of the fields have heading here. This is called the responsive table. I don't need responsive table, I need the grid table where all the columns will be in one line. We should have horizontal scroll bar like ALV, like we are having currently in our program. If I do execution on our current program and see the result, then how our ALV look like? I want something like this, where I can see all the headings together, and when I do scroll bar, all data should be together. To do this, I have to deploy or I have to create the Fiori element application on top of this service in Business Application Studio, and I have to convert this particular responsive table to the grid table. Before creating our BAS application, first create the UI annotation for our application. UI annotation we always create at the consumption layer, so we will create on top of the consumption view. If you don't know why we create only on the consumption layer, you can watch out my wrap series. Let me create my metadata extension file to create the UI annotation and give the same name here and give some appropriate description. Click on next button, select appropriate TR, click on next button and click on finish button. Let me give a metadata layer as a core and get all the elements from the consumption layer. Give the UI annotation to display in the order selection list. Over there is a timeout. Click on OK. Let me do control space. If I can get shift enter, I can do. It will get the template automatically here because I want to annotate view. There is a normal template is there. So we got the template. Let me give the layer. The first layer will be the core. I want to create it the core. Let me give the name. View name is ZC underscore RAM underscore process order detail. This is the view I want to annotate, and I want to annotate all the elements. So let me insert all the element and give all the UI annotation. Not only UI annotation I will give. To see this application, we have the selection screen as well. So I will create the for the selection screen Instead of select options, I will create the selection field for filtering the data in our application. Let me do quickly for you guys, and I don't want to do on this video, so I just quickly do and I will explain. So I have given all the line item to display sequence wise all the fields, and I have given some of the select options. If I execute my current application and see what all are the filtration criteria is there using the select option, one is the work center, one is the plant, and one is the date, schedule date. This way we will do, but later point of time. For this also we will create select option which is having yes and no option instead of checkbox. But we have three select options, so I have given the three selection field, one for the, if you select this one for the work center, another for the plant, and third for this date. Now apart from that, UI line item to display all the data sequentially till all the fields I am displaying whatever I am getting from the consumption view. You can do control F3 to activate your view UI annotations and just try to preview your application again to see how it look like. And so you can see here, let me preview again. Let me go service binding, got little bit stuck. Let me click on preview button and see now how my application look like. Once I will see here, I will create the BAS. You can see automatically three select options came. Whatever the fields I have defined line wise, those all came. Not all the fields because it's a responsive LV. Click on go button without any filtration, and you can see these all fields are coming. And one more thing, here we have object page navigation as well, automatically enable as soon as we give the this all the annotations. Why it is enabling? But since it is the list report page, how we saw in our ref series, we have the travel here, then we go inside, we have the booking. But we don't want like this, because this is the responsive table. I don't want responsive table, I want the grid table. If I click here, I don't want to go on the object page and display something. Is there is no data, I have to come back. I don't want to display like this, and these fields also I want to display in one line. So this is my requirement. I can't fulfill this my requirement using the backend annotations, but in front end I can modify the manifest.json file, and I can easily convert, instead of this responsive table, I can use grid table. So let's go to the my front end now. I have ready-made service with me which I can use this one, and I saw the service in my previous video. If you remember, GUI RAM processor. On top of that, I will create the Fiori list application. So let me don't open this one as of now. Create one new project from template. These all are the steps we have to follow. We are creating, in this case, the SAP Fiori generator, SAP UI5 application, Fiori element application we want to create. So we have to use SAP Fiori generator for this, because I want to create Fiori element application. I have already given all the annotation in backend that should generate my UI. Click on next button. This BAS completely I will explain along with lot of other annotations, UI annotations in some other series. But as of now, I want to focus on this particular current application which we are developing real time. This kind of requirements come, so you can develop again which Fiori list report, what kind of template you want to use. You want to create basic one, you want to create custom page, you want to create list report page or object page. In my case, I will choose the list report page, but in the list report page I want grid, not responsive. That also I will choose. Click on next button. Now it will ask for the data source. You can select connect to a system, connect to a OData service also. You can directly connect, and you can give the user ID and password, use a local cap project, or upload a metadata document. In this case, I will connect to a system because I already configured my system in my last video using the cloud connector. So it will show me a lot of options. Cloud Foundry ABAP environment, or this is the system which created in last video. So I want to connect to the RAM. System name is RAM I have given, so I want to connect the system which is called RAM. Now it will show us what all are the services available in this particular RAM system, which we have seen in this service center also. So you can choose the service from here. So let me click on this one and try to write GUI underscore RAM. Then you will get your service. Obviously, I want to select my V4 data service. Okay, GUI RAM processor V4 service. So I can go there and click on next button. You want here you have to select the responsive you want or grid you. Table type I want to use grid. I should not use responsive. You can use the analytical tree as per your requirement, but I'm using the grid. We will see these other things also in some other video series, but as of now I need grid, so I have selected the grid. Click on next button. I can give the project name as a process order. You can give some application title as well. You can use process order display. You can give the namespace also, whatever you want to follow. It is not mandatory. As of now I'm leaving blank, but you have to give as per your standard what your company follow. The project folder path I'm giving the same path which I am having currently, and I'm using the latest version. You want enable TypeScript, enable deployment. As of now I don't want to enable anything. If you want to configure, you want to do some configuration, or you want to create the front end tile, that also I will show you, no need to worry. But as of now I just want to create this application and I want to preview in BAS in the grid format. Let me click on next button. It will create this particular project. You can see the project is created successfully. As soon as it got created, it asked me to open this folder. I opened this folder. You just have to right click on this one and preview your application and select start Fiori run. One more important, your pop-up should be enabled. If it is not enabled, you have to give access to enable the pop-up. It will display the process order display. I thought it selected the other entity, but by default it is selected this entity only, but we no need to worry. You can see now application how it will look like. We don't have object page. Instead of you have this grid like ALV display. We have the select options here. You can pass the multiple values if you want to pass here. Let me click on go button. It will get the data from the backend. Oh, it's not getting the any data from my backend. Let me check it out further. To see what it is happening, why we are not getting the data, you can right click on this, click on inspect, go to network tab. Basically it is calling one OData service in backend. Whenever you click on go button, I want to see what data service is called. OData service $base is called. I have double click here, but you can see the $base is called. You can see in this $base, we are sending some, we are getting the successful status code 200. Okay, if you don't know what is the $base, you can go to the my OData series and watch it out how we can send the data OData $base code. So whenever we are sending the OData $base code, we have the payload. In form of the payload, we will call our service URI. They are calling this service URI. This is working perfectly, and they are getting the data from this particular service. And what all are the data they want to get? They have all this data. But to see what response we are getting, you have to go to the response tab. You can see response also. You can see 200. Okay, means you are getting the data successfully. Then what it is happening? We have to see this one. You can see, you can copy this one, or you can see what data we are getting. Some data. Oh, got it. You are getting the data as well. You can see object number you are getting, order number you are getting. The means data is coming from backend. Something is happening in backend, front end, which is not working. I know what it is happening. Our order number itself not coming. If you see here, the order number itself blank. So the if your key field itself blank, so the front end UI application is not able to display the data. This is the issue we saw previously when we previewed our application using the preview button. Here also it was happening same, but here we were able to see the data at least, but we were not able to see the order number. If I click on go button, you can see the order number itself blank. There is some issue in the data. Whenever you see any kind of issue in CDS, you have to execute one by one all the CDS and see what result you are getting there first. If I see my consumptions CDSU result, and if I do F8 here, so you can see I'm not getting the order number for all the line items. First thing. Second thing, the order number also repeating multiple time. If I see further, the order number is repeating based on the operation number. If you have multiple operation number, then it is coming multiple time. And some of the place order number itself not coming. But in my consumption CDSU, if I see, let me close this, the key field is only the order number. Do I need these multiple lines? To see that, first I have to see the output of my current report. If I do F8 on my current report and execute it, you see here also some of the places the order number is repeating. For example, 100, this order number got repeated for the different operations. Right? Do sort by order number, so you can see it is repeated 2 times. Some order repeated 3 times. So in my case, the key field, not only the order number, it should be the operation number also should be the key field. First thing I analyze this one. Not only that, second thing what I have analyzed, why order number is coming blank. So I went further down in my from the consumption CDSU to the interface CDSU, and I saw the result of this particular CDS is the order number is coming here as well, but I saw the order number is not coming here as well. So that is means the issue in the interface CDSU itself. So where I am getting this order number, I am getting from this order header. So I have further one CDSU. I have to check in this CDSU I am getting that particular order number or not. So how I can check? So number of entries, if you see here, we have 48 entries only. But in our consumption CDSU or interface CDSU, if you see the number of entries, these are more entries. 1135. That means we are filtering out the data at the this particular basic CDSU. So why it is happening? I got only the order number which is having the order type as a 40, but in the interface view, when I don't have that kind of condition, it is fetching all the order number which is having the work center, which is satisfying the work center ID from the front end and plant from the front end selection option filter. Or as of now I am not putting any filter, it is getting the entire data. So what I realize, instead of putting filter here, I have to this particular inner join here, I have to put the inner join in my interface CDS view. Let me open only these two only as of now. So this is the interface and this is my basic view on the AFKO and AUFK table. I did inner join, but I only get the order number which is having order type 40 and this particular order which is coming from here. You can put this, but instead of this particular CDS view, you can put the inner join as well. Instead of putting this left outer join, I can put the inner join. So whatever the data here, those data will be displayed in the final output. Why I am doing? Because this order type 40 logic is written in our program also. If you remember from my program, let me open this program if it is available. This is here. Let me come back. The program. So get data method is there. Let me open the get data method. So first they got all the data, but at last they got the data from somehow from the AUFK table, and they loop through the data, the original data which is coming from AFKO, and they again fill the ITAFKO table. They cleared the ITAFKO table first. Here you can see, and only data which is having the order type 40 those data only code. So I have to put basically inner join on this particular CDS view. So we have to do two things. First, we have to add this order number, along with that operation also key field. Second thing, we need only the data which is having order type 14. So we have to make the inner join instead of the left outer join or association which we have made, because I need those data which is coming from this CDS view to display it in output. I need only the order type 40. If some data is apart from order type 40, I don't want to display my output. That is the reason, instead of this association or left outer join, I have to do the inner join with this particular CDS. I told you I can put one condition. If I put that condition here also, it will not work. Because why it will not work? It will ultimately do the left outer join. Left outer join means even the data is not there, the blank data will come. Again, the order number will come blank. But I don't want that. I want only the data which is available in this. Those data should come in my this particular CDS view. If there is only one or two field, I can put that particular join at the field level. I can put inner keyword here and it will work perfectly instead of left outer join. But there are, you can see, a lot of multiple fields are coming, so I will make here inner join. To make the inner join, I have to shift above this particular query. So let me increase the size and control X. Let me do control shift less than locking. So it got commented. Let me copy it. Control C. Took little bit time. It's fine for me. Once I join this one, I want to join this as well. So my target is I want to get the exact output what I am getting in my current report, in my list report as well. So let me make it inner join instead of association. Inner join. Whenever you make the inner join, you can't use the projection. You have to use the AUFPL actual value from the operation. So you can use the operation dot add the instead of dollar projection, you have to use operation dot AUFPL. And or operation header already we are having, we have given this already alias name, and better you just rename control 1. If I rename from here, you can control C, control F, replace with this order header. Instead of underscore, you just replace with order header, because it's not association now, it's a join, normal join, inner join. You can click on replace and find next. One by one you can replace everywhere, because I want this operation header, this is coming from the join instead of it is coming from the association. Let me do control F3. Once I did this thing, next thing what I have to do, I have to make the key field, this particular key field operation also as a key field, because the operation number also we have as a key field. We delete, and let me do control F3. These changes I have made in the interface layer, so I'm getting the error since we have the key field. So it should be, so let's read out the key field. What is the error exactly we are getting? The problem view we can go. You can see one error I am getting in the consumption CDS view. So we should have this particular Warner as a key field also in our this CDS as well. X. The exact error I can't see. Column Warner must be defined as a key field. We have to define this particular field as a key field. Control X. Key field should be initial key. In between I can't declare those key fields. I have declared as a key field now. Let me do control F. So it got activated. Let me do multiple activation again if something is not activated. Activate. Shift F1, activating. Okay, activation is done. Control F3, and let me go to my preview again, and let me refresh my application and see now the values are coming or not correctly. I can't see value, but as soon as I click on go button, I can see values now. So for each order number, the this particular, I have to change the description. I think this is the operation is coming, and other details also coming. But you can see, since it is the list report page, the navigation is still enabled. I thought once I convert in grid, it will not, this navigation will be not enabled, but I can see the still the navigation is enabled. I want to disable this navigation also. This is another requirement. It's look almost like ALV. We have the variants, what all are the features in ALV is there. Almost all the things are there. We have the three filters. If you see in the screen, if you see my current output, go back, so you can see this is the almost similar kind of output, where we have the header, we have the line item. Here also we have the header, we have the line item, but it's in Fiori, it look little bit different. And instead of having the select options and parameter, we have the instead of having the select options and parameter, we have the this particular selection filter, work center, plant and standard start date, schedule start date, and we will add this deco as well. So this is how we can convert. First, let me disable this particular navigation. To disable this navigation, we have to tweak little bit our manifest.json file. So if you go to the our application, we have one file called manifest.json. I will explain this all the things in another video series called the Fiori element, where we will go through what else we can do in the Fiori list report page. But as of now, I'm thinking perspective of this particular application only. I just want to disable this particular navigation, because in my report output there is no navigation page, there is no other page which we are opening based on this page. So what I will do, I will go to the manifest.json and I will search for the navigation. I already came to here, but if you are not able to find here, control F, you can search for navigation and you will come to the navigation. Try to navigate to object page, but in our case we don't have any object page. So what we will do is just remove this navigation part, control X, and try to preview again our application. It got refreshed automatically. I would have refreshed again, or you can right click on this and preview again. Close this one, then you will see you don't have now any navigation part in your main page. If you click on go button, you don't have now navigation. Even you can do scroll bar, everything. You no need to go in object. This is how we can disable the navigation. Now I want the number of records here, because in my report also in output, if you see, if I do F8, the on top of they are showing the how many records for output we are having currently. So you can see, if you come a little bit down, you can see 56 records are there. So I want to see for my report also, I want to show the number of records. That is very easy, we already did. We have to uh, modify this not manifest dot, this is a metadata extension file, and we have to add the UI annotation. It got stuck, give me 1 second. What we can do, I have already code, so let me paste here. Simply this we have done multiple times. We have to give the header information which will be displayed on the list report page, and to display the number of records, so you have to give this title, and you have to give the which one you want to count, and you can see the process order, and AUFNR you can give. It will display those number of records on top of your list report, and it will display the heading as well. Let me do control F3 and show you how it will impact. Let me go to the application, refresh the page, and if you see here the number, if you once click on go button, the first this heading came, process order. Along with this heading, number of records are coming. Now let's compare the our list report output result and our report output. Both should be similar since we have created the based on that report. So let me go to my report, do F8, do the execution. First I will display the tech order as well along with the other orders and see the number of records. So in that way I will able to see how many records coming here and how many records are coming in the list report page. Whenever you create any application with the CDS, the most of the times the number of records will get mismatched because you are not doing the proper association. Instead of doing the left outer zone, you are doing inner zone, or you did some wrong thing. Because of that, it get mess up with our data. Currently also we can see, I can see in our output 82 records, but in the report output only the 80 records. Means 2 records we are getting the extra. So we have to get which records we are getting the extra. For that purpose, what you have to do, you have to again filter out further data. Let me filter out the data based on the plant. In this 1710 plant, how many data is there? You can click on go button, so number of records will come. The same way you can come back here and you can pass here 1710 here as well, the plant 1710, and here also you can execute, and here you will see 69 records and here you will see 67 records. Means the issue in the plant only. Further you will go down and you have to pass one by one work center, but I know which work center is having issue. I already checked. So this is the work center, cull_demo is having the issue. If you click on go button, and here also you will pass the same work center here, and if you execute, the number of records will get mismatched. Here we have 24, but in here we can see the number of record are 26. And I sorted out further the data based on the order number 285, and if you see this order number data here, 285 order number is not there. If you sorted out the data here as well, in the so first record should be 285, it is not available. I further analyze why it is not coming. I debugged already. And if you go inside the report, I just want to show you in the get data section. After the get data section, we have the process data where we are processing the data once we get the data. I already explained this a particular report multiple times, but I want to show you exact place where the issue is occurring. When we are processing the data, that time we are not considering the deleted line item we are removing from this particular output. How we are doing that? If you go to the where we are checking the status, you can see there is one logic called wherever the status is deleted, 76 means it is deleted, we are raising one flag, and based on this flag, further what we are doing, if flag is initial, based on this flag we are appending the data. So if you come down little bit down where we are appending the data, that time we are using this particular flag. So let me go there somewhere. Yeah, if flag is space, then only we are appending the data, otherwise we are not appending this particular data. That means we are not considering the deleted data in the output. Not only that, we have one checkbox also. If you come back little bit one step back, we have something called p-tech code. If we don't check this checkbox, then the number of records will get reduced because we don't want to display the tick order. So these two functionality also we have to include in our code. We have already included in our CDSU these two functionalities in based on the status. If you go to the interface CDSU and where we are getting the status, so where we are getting from this particular status we are getting. So we know which is the order is take code or close, and which is deleted. Already we are getting from this particular CDS table function this detail based on our code. We just have to utilize this detail. I have created this CDS table function. If you are following throughout this series, you already know. So in this CDS table function, we already know if the particular order is deleted or not. I don't want to consider those order. A particular order is takeover closed, takeover and closed or not. So those things I have this information in these two variables. So I want to utilize these two details here now in my interface CDS view where I am consuming. So along with this status data, two things I will get extra, not only in our interface CDS view, in the consumption also. So it got stuck because I'm editing. So now it is logged. Let me put comma and Control Alt arrow down button. Instead of status, Control Z. Instead of status, I will get the deleted and takeover close flag. Both flag I will be needing. First this one, then again I will do Control Alt arrow down button to copy this line. This time I get deleted. So this is how we have to analyze our application and compare the result. I know already, but you need to debug. I'm just working with the small set of data. Initially, just work with the small set of data. Just filter out the plant and work center. For one plant and work center, try to match the data, each and every field in the report as well, and in the our list report. Both compare. If both are okay, go for next plant. Like that, you will be able to find the issues in your applications. So one by one, everything, number of records are matched, then most of the things are done. So this is the issue will occur. The number of record will not match because we are doing a lot of associations, joins, which we are not doing sometime properly. So that we have to handle. And in this case, we didn't filter out the final table data. So that is the reason this issue we got. Let me do Control F3. The same thing I will fetch in the consumption CDS view as well. So let me go to the consumption CDS view. I can jump from here directly, that CRAM's process order, and I will fetch along with this detail, these two details also I will fetch along with the status. If I do Control space echo closed order, and next is the deleted one, and both should be displayed as a front end filter criteria. So both should be displayed as a filter. Let me do Control F3. For that, because these two, based on these two, we have to filter. I will be not able to make checkbox, so but I have to make the select options. So I can go to our metadata extension file. Let me open here parallelly. Just simple copy paste things I have to do. I have to add these two fields also at last. Control space. So I can do takeover closed. Next thing I can do deleted. And I have to display not in our output, but I just want to display in selection field. Control C. I already did till 30. Let me use 40th positions, and let me use 50. Ideally you should give 10 gap. In future somebody want to add, they can still add more 10 select options if they want to add in between, but most of the time it is not case. Especially in the fields, you can add more 10 fields in between these two fields. Not only more 10 fields, you can use 91.5 also, 191.5 in decimal also you can go. Shift F1, in based on that sequence it will display. Okay, I did some mistake. Okay, let me do this thing and delete. I have Control F3. Let's see these two select options are displaying or not, and then I have to pass the default values also. But as of now, I just want to refresh my application and see how data is displayed now. Don't worry about labels. You can change the label easily. You can see a single character is coming. Labels you can change. I will tell you how to change. But as of now, the first one is the you can pass here equal to X. It should be displayed ideally yes and no, but let me click on go button. So first one is the takeover and closed order. I just want to display the 24 order I got. So if it is takeover and closed, means it is already takeover and closed, and we pass another value equal to space I can pass. So let me do one more thing. Instead of x and not x, I will create one domain where we can have the value yes and no. Instead of F4, I can convert into the drop down as well. Displaying checkbox is a drop down we will do in our next video. Is part of this particular real-time wrap application, which is converting ALV to the list report page. I understood the existing report which we want to convert. We saw how appropriately we can give the naming convention of the wrap artifacts. We saw the CDS table function as well. What all are the real-time scenario where we have to create the CDS table function. Not only that, we understood how to convert our different select from the reports to the association and normal joins. We disabled the object page today, and we enable the horizontal bar so we can see all the fields in one row. We converted the responsive table to the grid table. These all things we already did as part of the series. Not only that, we connected our BAS business application studio to the on-premise system. These all things we already done. Now pending work is the virtual element in CDS, where I have to read the standard text or text from the table. I just want to read the text, some text, and display using the read text function module, which I am not able to call directly in the CDS. So I will use virtual element there. You can use, I will tell you that in detail, you can use any function module which you are not able to consume directly in the CDS. If we don't have directly data available in the tables, then how you can use the virtual element in the virtual element. That might be probably next or next to next video. Apart from that, I will try to update one or two fields using the action button. This is again real-time thing. Whenever you display list report page, you probably creates one or two button, so you want to do further action based on those buttons. So I will create in this list report also one or two button like ALV, so we can how we can incorporate those functionality in the list report page. That also I will show you. Navigation to other application, that is again common requirement. You have one field, you have to click on the process order, that should open in COR3 T code, that is in the ALV. The same way in the list report page also, I want to create one hyperlink which will open the COR3 instead of the T code directly, it will open the T code style. That also we'll see. Apart from that, we will do some material quantity conversion practical scenario, how we can convert. That is again one of the real-time requirement. These all the things we will do in our upcoming videos. Before going to those videos, please like this videos, share this video with others guy as well, comment it down whatever you are feeling. With that, thank you and happy learning.